What is up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? So today's video is going to be a heavy topic. I'm just going to tell you that off the top. I'm sure I probably titled this "The Time I Almost Died," and I literally mean the time I came seconds from dying. So like I said, this is a heavy topic, and when I say heavy topic, I'm not talking about my new mustache I'm sporting, even though that's kind of heavy. But as far as the video goes with what I'm going to talk about, it is 100% a true story. This did happen. I'm not going to bring my name up, or the hometown name. It's the town I grew up in, town I went to high school in. And I'm not going to bring up any people's names. But if you're sensitive to guns, if you're sensitive to traumatic events that happen in schools in America, if you get where I'm going with this, then you don't want to watch this video. But to prevent being censored and banned and flagged and all kinds of other junk, I'm not going to use the term that the category falls under for what almost transpired. But, you know, where people bring things to school in order to eliminate other people, that's what happened. But I guess I'll go ahead and jump into it and let y'all know how this happened. And no, it didn't actually unfold. It literally came seconds from it, and I was like within 20 feet from the person whenever they almost did it. So, yeah. So, a couple years ago, I'm 15 years old, freshman in high school, small town, a couple hundred people in my graduating class, and it's a regular day at school. Now, in small towns specifically for schools, you know, rumors fly, people talk shit about each other. You got, you know, that back and forth bickering and arguing, high school shit, you know, because we're in high school. But a lot of times rumors are made up and people are wanting to fight, and it don't actually come to fruition. Nobody ends up fighting. It's just you hate this person, they hate you, and it's a constant, you know, push and pull. So as you know, there's a bullying problem in our country, and there was one kid I went to high school with. He's about 2 years older than me, and he was known for fucking with people. He was that guy that's what he liked to do. He liked to fuck with the little guy. And he thought it was funny. He had some kind of insecurities. I don't know if he had a small wiener or what the case was, but he liked to fuck with other people. And one day he's messing with this one kid that he continues to mess with and torment every single day, basically. And they get to the bus stop, and the kid that he's tormenting on a daily basis, you know, lets everybody know, hey, tomorrow I'm bringing this item, and you shouldn't show up to school because I'm coming to eliminate said bully. So, some other kids had heard him say that, went to go get the principal, and they're like, hey, yo, this dude just made this threat saying this, and this is pretty serious. And, you know, shocker, but my principal didn't think it was for real. She's like, no, it's not for real, it's okay. So I didn't keep up with social media and Snapchat and all that, so everybody's posting on Snapchat about don't come to school tomorrow and all this other stuff, and I didn't know, so I show up to school. And I grew up in a house where you got to go to school, rain, sleet, snow, or hell. There was no, like, you're skipping school today. That wasn't a thing. Well, you scared of truancy, man. But anyways, I get to school. I'm oblivious to what's happening. I have no idea. So when you come into school, you got the two big doors in the front. There's, like, no lines of security other than the front office where, like, the women, you know, sit and type up the stuff on the desk and they do front office stuff. So basically, the whole rest of the school is just free range for anybody with psychotic tendencies. I know, middle America. Heck yeah. So every day whenever you come into school, you go through the front doors, you take a left the hallway, you can go to either the patio outside or you can go inside the cafeteria, but that's where you gotta wait until they ring the bell for first period class. So every day I would sit with my group of buddies and we're talking about all the bullshit we talk about in ag class and football and what we're doing outside of school, and that's like literally right when you walk in the door. So whenever you hit the cafeteria door and you open the door, like you can usually see me within 15 feet. So whenever I tell you that this like transpired really quickly, I mean that I was in the cafeteria bullshitting with my buddies, talking about life, and I'm pretty sure we're having a conversation about ag class, and somebody come up to us and was like, hey, did y'all hear about, you know, so-and-so said they were going to bring this and do this today at school? Now, of course, it made me nervous, but I'm like, I mean, maybe they're joking. I mean, people talk shit. I mean, especially in small towns, you know, there's a lot of shit talk that happens that never actually turns into anything. But obviously, with it being such a serious threat, it kind of rattled me, dude. But I didn't know the person's name. I had no idea who the person was. And I knew what the person looked like, I just didn't know their name. So I could never match name to face. But if I saw the person in the hallway, I'm like, you know, I've seen you 50 million times. But the dude was tall, probably about 6'2", white as a ghost, lanky, and I'm not gonna lie to you, he looked like he liked to squeeze puppies a little too hard. But right after this person is telling us, like, hey, this person made this threat and yada, 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 I turned my attention over to the door, and that person, like I said, I didn't know it was that person, so there was, like, no high alert to me. But that person comes walking in, and go figure, a trench coat. Yeah, dog wore a trench coat. Yeah, real fitting. But he dropped a revolver out of the coat, and it slid across the cafeteria floor, like, to my feet, bro. 15 years old, freshman in high school, a revolver is at my feet in the cafeteria. Talk about shitting yourself, dude. Now, I am skipping here, but the reason why it fell out of his coat is because he was tackled by a cop. We had a school cop that I was really cool with, got along with. I'd gotten some trouble at a party one time, and he helped me out. No big deal. I don't remember his name, but he was a really good dude. But the cop had been notified, like, right before this happened. So when I tell you, like, this is God, man. The way this all figured out and this all worked to, like, be stopped at, like, the last step. God, dude. God. But he walks in the cafeteria. As soon as the cop locks eyes with him, tackles him. No questions, no, hey, stop. Just tackle the dude. Pistol falls out, hits the floor, slides literally to my fucking feet. So instead of grabbing it, I step back. I'm like, fuck that, bro. I ain't touching that shit. But I remember everyone panicking, dude, like running. Like, everybody flipped shit. There was no pausing, no second of consideration. As soon as, like, other people locked eyes with the kid, all hell broke loose. So here's the thing about my small town school. So they didn't want parents to know. So they didn't send messages out. They didn't call people. They told everybody, continue with class, continue with your day, keep your mouth shut, do not talk about what happened. So they didn't want us to all talk about how we almost just got fucking ended in the cafeteria at 7:15 in the morning. So girls are crying, people are having a meltdown. It's bad, dude. A bunch of the seniors just said, fuck this, because they had trucks and shit, so they were like, man, we're leaving. So they just dipped out, so half the school was gone there. But I remember the principal meeting with all the teachers and, like, telling the teachers to tell us not to contact our parents and to keep it hush-hush, and they wanted it under the rug, nobody to know. But the thing about small towns and the way things travel and having small town Facebook pages is you're not going to hide nothing. All those small town moms, dude, that ain't got no jobs and sit at home all day on their phone, man, they were waiting to start a beef with the school. Dude, it wasn't 45 minutes later. We had trucks piled up outside, parents coming in the school, people leaving, parents coming in and pulling their kids out of class. But apparently this dude that, you know, almost executed us all, he had a buddy that knew about the situation and wanted to, like, be his backup. So it wasn't just him. He had conspired a plan for, like, everything. And here's the really messed up part. But the person who had conspired with the original person who was going to end us all had a bomb threat on the elementary school. So we found that out through our computer teacher because her daughter was in school. So she was a teacher and trying to be professional, but whenever that happened, you know, her daughter's over there in the damn elementary school. Her job went out the window, and I don't blame her. I actually applaud her for that. But she was straight up like, yo, to hell with this dude. I'm leaving class and getting my daughter. Y'all can fire me if I want to. But I do remember they were updating us. Like I said, it's a small town, so we know literally fucking everything. But the kid had a breakdown, and it was over bullying. And I do remember everybody wanting to jump the one kid that he originally come to, you know, take care of. And I do remember I had words with him. I don't remember what the situation was over. He had done something, and I was somewhere with him. I might have been in the cafeteria again, like a couple of days later, but he had said something to me, like, about moving in the line or something, just being a smart ass. And I remember being like, aren't you the dirty motherfucker that put all of us at risk because you can't shut your fucking mouth and leave people alone? And I remember that being a big deal. The little band teacher dude, I don't remember his name, but this little short band teacher. And I remember him being like, Mr. Myers, you don't say that. I mean, I think it's pretty fair considering that this dude's the reason a fucking revolver, like, hit my boot, like, 4 days ago. I think I could tell him to politely fuck off. But that was towards the end of the school year, so I finished out the last couple of weeks we had at school, and then I went into homeschool after that, and I finished high school through homeschool. But y'all be safe. I'm getting off here. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy this weather, man. It feels good in Southeast Texas. Y'all be safe. Don't ever take anything for granted.